Okay, hi all, welcome to my kitchen. This normally would be cooking with Joel, but now this is going to be just a update. And I think I'm going to do maybe daily, maybe every other day updates. Today is Wednesday, it is August 30th. And as you can see, and I'm going to point to it, I have started to peel off the paint off the ceiling. And it is peeling pretty good. Matter of fact, you guys are raised on my iPhone. I'm going to bring you down and show you. That's all the paint that was on the ceiling. Now, we were lucky when we moved that big shelf. If you remember the big shelf that was over here, we found that there is a plug over here, which is phenomenal because when we buy the new pantry shelves, I have two plugs that I can use, and I think I am going to move my KitchenAid stand mixer over, and I think if there's enough room, I'll also move the toaster oven over so that it's closer to the table. That way, if we do toast or something, we're not walking the length of the kitchen, and it'll fit really nicely there. Now, the railing that you see, well, you're seeing my husband leaning down, but the railing that's in front of my husband, I'll kind of point it out, this thing back in here. What we're going to do is we're going to take a measurement. I personally would like to get a new one. My husband said maybe we could get a wooden one, which would be even better. Because the table and chairs are black and almost like a cherry wood, they're really, really dark. So I would either, if we get a wooden one, I'll stain it light and put it there. Or if we get another metal one, I'm going to probably paint that either a light blue or keep it the snow white and do that. I would redo this, but that's going to be a lot of work. And I need to not do that. So, as for cooking videos, they're going to be suspended for the next few weeks. I'm going to give you guys kitchen updates in the meantime of how the kitchen is coming up. It's getting to the point where I'm not going to have room to do any cooking stuff. And as a matter of fact, all of my seasonings and stuff are now safely packed away in the boxes, and they're upstairs. And the living room couch will be gone. They haven't picked it up yet. But they'll probably hopefully they'll come back and get that later on. So, I'm going to get going on the kitchen. I'll give you another update a little bit later on today as we progress. My goal is to get the entire ceiling done today and tomorrow. And then my husband and I, over the Labor Day weekend, will work on the walls, repairing the walls, getting the kitchen set out of here, getting everything else out of the kitchen so that we can go ahead and start priming the ceiling and the walls and getting them ready to paint, which hopefully will be at the end of next week. Is my goal is to start painting the kitchen by the end of next week. My husband says that's not going to happen, but we'll see how fast. Well, we do have to repair quite a few walls, but he doesn't realize that they're not as big of a problem as he thinks they are. They're going to be easier to do. So I'll come back later and show you the progress. Okay, hi y'all, welcome back. This is just a kitchen remodel update. It's the first real day that we're doing anything, but I'm going to show you something that you may have big going on your house and may not know about it. Hopefully you don't, but apparently when they remodeled the kitchen before we bought it, they did a lot of patchwork. And I'm noticing multiple of these throughout the ceiling. And I'm going to point, there's one back there, there's one right over here. This big long strip, I'm slowly getting up, but there's one right there. Anywhere you see like the individual pockets over here, You really didn't see that one. For some reason, what they did with this, and this is part of the drywall, but they patched it, and I'm gonna bring you in, and that's where the paint's really, really sticking, and I'm having a hard time peeling it off of the ceiling. Now this right here, where my hand is the drywall, and this that I'm touching is the paint that they just slapped on the ceiling where it was peeling. And you can see, I'll kind of show you, if you look in these areas, this is where the paint was originally peeling off of my ceiling because they neglected to prime this. This has no primer on it. And by taking all of the original paint off, there was nothing for the original paint to stick to, and it started peeling probably within the first 8 years that we have lived in this house. We've been in this house now almost 22 years, and the ceiling just has slowly been peeling, as are the walls. Like I said, if you look at my yellow wall back in the living room and the ceiling up above it, we have the same problem. But 10 years ago, I repainted that. The reason I didn't do the kitchen is the kitchen was going to be a huge remodel, and it is turning out to be that. And that's, of course, Edward over there with the dogs. Yeah, that's Edward right there, who's barking to be heard. I'll show you guys kind of that. Well, you guys have met Ice, but that's Princess, or no, that's Lacey. This is Jakey that's coming in the kitchen. Shadow is over there, that Shadow. Miley is somewhere over, that's Jasper, that's laying right there. Edward's the one with the mouth. And then somewhere in the background, you'll see a little head stick up. Edward, shut up. There's Mai. The white one is Miley. So now you've met several of my dogs. I've got 2 more there downstairs. Anyway, this is what not to do to a person when you buy a house. You really need to ask questions. If you're going to be a first-time home buyer, ask them honestly if they primed the walls. If they said no, they just slapped on a paint, walk away from the deal, because you don't want the aggravation that you're going to end up having trying to repaint a room. And this is going to take a while. You notice that the clock is now missing, as is the paddle, and you can kind of see where they were. I need to wash those walls and get them ready. Fortunately, they're not peeling, so I should just have to wash the wall, maybe put 1 layer of primer, and then actually paint them. But they'll be washed. I'm just not washing them until I get the ceiling done and we do some repair work. So, I'm going to keep at this. Oh, the other thing I was going to show you, and I don't know why they did this. I'm going to kind of have to bring you in, but if you see, I'm going to pull you out a little bit. If you see this piece that's sticking up, that's actually, somebody decided it would be cool to put a layer of, not plaster, but filler for seam or something, and I can tell there's no seam there. I have that throughout the house, including the upstairs bathroom that needs to be remodeled. That'll be the next project after the kitchen gets done. Then we'll work on the bathroom upstairs, and then eventually move downstairs and redo the whole downstairs area. But this is turning out to be a little bit longer of a process than I thought it would. But we're going to keep at it. My goal is still to have the entire ceiling done maybe by the end of the week. I think it's going to be more the end of the week, which would actually be tomorrow, since tomorrow's Thursday. So, yeah, maybe by the end of the week, maybe Friday, Saturday, I'll have the ceiling done. So, that was just a kitchen update. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know you're mostly here for my Cooking with Joel videos. They're going to be suspended for the time being. As you can see, my kitchen is kind of closing off, and it's going to be harder and harder for me to actually do a big elaborate dinner. So I'm putting my cooking videos just on pause. They're not going to stop. We will be getting back into the kitchen or the cooking videos soon, but I'm going to give you guys more daily updates on how the kitchen remodel is coming. These are going to actually leave. My husband and I decided we hate these things to begin with. We never use them. We're going to get rid of them, and maybe at some point either get a one blind for the one side of the kitchen, or possibly just get a drape and have that in the kitchen, and that way if we want privacy we can shut the drape. So anyway, tune in tomorrow for another update with the ceiling, and hopefully by then I'll be done and I'll have more of the ceiling done. So I'll see you on the next kitchen update.